Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lady K here for your Oakland Arons post-draft report. Alright, so I will say this right away. We got sniped really hard, so this team is almost nothing like what I had anticipated, but we will still make this work nonetheless, and they are still Pokemon that I do happen to like. Alright, so I'm going to put 45 seconds on the clock for each and every Pokemon that I have. Alright, so I'm not going to start just yet on there because we do have a 45-second slideshow, but I will say this. We definitely have to change up our tactics and stuff, and we can't be as unpredictable as expected. Alright, so starting off with this, we are going to go with Brute Root, the Venusaur. Now, this is our Mega for the team, and since Mega Metagross was taken, like, instantly, we had to go for a different tactic. Now, Brute Root, Mega Venusaur in general, is a massive tank. Like, there's only few weaknesses once it gets that Mega Evolution up, which is Psychic and Flying, which can easily be countered by the rest of my team, and this makes for a very, very dangerous Pokemon, given that it can learn a plethora of moves such as Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Sludge Bomb, Toxic, Sleep Powder, everything. It can be such a good support Mon, it can be even a good offensive Mon with Earthquake. You can do absolutely anything with this Pokemon. Alright, so I chose this one because... oh, well, never mind. Alright, so next up we have Skarmory, we have Falcon, the Skarmory. And this is our setup slash defogger. We didn't quite get our hands on a Rapid Spinner because they were sniped, and I wanted Hitmontop, and again, was sniped relatively quickly. So we are going to sit here with Falcon, which is a terrifying setup Pokemon, you know, sturdy with tailwind, everything. You could do absolutely everything with this Pokemon. There's just absolutely no way you can predict what a Skarmory is carrying. It can even be a full-on physical assault. Skarmory, sorry. Had to think of that word. Alright. And the next one should be coming up soon. I don't know. I can't really say much about this. Here we go. We also managed to pick up one of the few that I really did want, Skarmory and this one. This is Rey Mysterio the Hawlucha, which I needed a really powerful physical offensive Pokemon. So, why not go for the one, the only Hawlucha? Now, Hawlucha is a massive powerhouse and could be used in a vast multitude of ways. You know, it could hit Tailwind stuff, it could do Swords Dance, Substitute, High Jump Kick, Acrobatics, you name it. There's no way that you can predict this guy. And this guy is also one of the easily one of the most powerful Pokemon that could be chosen in the barely legal OU sets. Alright. Going on. Sorry, this is... there we go. I can't time very well. Alright, so we have Fatality the Ridiculous. Now, I don't really know about that name. I'm still on the edge for that one. But this is our main core. This is our Trick Room setup. This is everything. You know, it could run as anything that I can want it to run. Now, this is a powerful Psychic Wall with very few weaknesses. You know, Bug, Dark, Ghost, which could easily, again, be countered by the rest of my team. Now, this guy right here can be perfect for, you know, coming in on hazards because nothing's going to hurt him with that Magic Guard or Magic Bounce or whatever his ability is. We can also have Regenerator, which makes it an even more annoying Pokemon to deal with. Alright, next up we have is Kyurem. Now, Kyurem, we needed something with a high base stat total, and we didn't quite get our picks early on. So we have Kyurem, which is definitely one of the more powerful offensive Pokemon. You know, it can go any way with it. The Choice Scarf, it can go Assault Vest. There's so many ways that you can go with this thing. I'm not too keen on this guy because I've never used him, but I'm pretty sure that we will start to warm up to this guy really quick throughout this this FBL season. Alright. Also, he's a dinosaur. He's a frozen turkey dinosaur. What's not to love about him? And I do apologize for my birds in the background. Alright, next up we have the one, the only, Axl Rose, the Whimsicott. Alright, so Axl Rose is definitely one of those Pokemon I really wanted to get my hands on because he makes a terrific setup Pokemon. You know, you can set up Safeguard to protect your Pokemon. You can have, I don't think he gets Magic Bounce, but you can also get, you know, Worry Seed, Leech Seed, Stun Spore, Grass Whistle if you want to go that route. Tailwind, everything can be used on this guy. This is like the best prankster Pokemon because he's faster. You can taunt other Pokemon so they can't use Stealth Rocks, Spikes, Toxic Spikes. You know, completely useful. It makes other guys useless. There's just no way that you cannot choose this guy for our team. Alright, next up we have Squishy the Gastrodon. Now, this was one of the ones that I really wanted because, one, Gastrodon is one of my favorite Pokemon, and the second reason is it's such a good bulky little guy. It's got full bulk, you can turn around and you can have it as a full defensive wall, have it with where it can't get its item knocked off. You can also sit there with Recover, Scald, you can burn the opponent, you can sit there and just tank everything. Plus, heavy water types have no effect on this with its Storm Drain ability. So again, it can be a very unpredictable Pokemon, and the only reason that it's bad is its speed. Unless we can get a Trick Room off, this guy is going to be hurting against grass types. Alright, next up we have Magneto the Magneton. Now, this guy was one that I really wanted because, again, he's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I know how to use this guy very well. I actually ran one in VGC 2015 for a short while, and he was a really good Pokemon. The only reason he did not do very well compared to the rest was because we had Thundurus, Kangaskhan, and Landorus. So that was the biggest issue with this guy, but he is a massive powerhouse. At most, he could get, on a timid nature, 172 special attack at level 50. There's just nothing to love. I mean, there's nothing not to love about this guy. My apologies. He's just an absolute powerhouse, and you put a Choice Scarf on him, you can outright destroy anything. Alright, so next up we have Maleficent the Malamar. Alright, now this was another one that I'm pretty sure got a few weird looks during the draft. I was actually at work at the time, so I had my friend take care of this, and it's actually a really good Pokemon, especially with Superpower and Contrary, and plus you can have it as a minimum speed, and it's going to be a terrifying Pokemon again in Trick Room. It can also go in a Tailwind team, so it's another very unpredictable Pokemon, and, well, all I gotta say about this guy is he's got enough to be good. The only problem I have to face is any powerful bug types such as Beedrill, Scizor, any of that kind of jazz. Alright, so next up we have Archeops, which is another one that probably got a couple weird looks. But Petrie the Archeops here is a massive physical attacker, which can do a lot of damage until that defeater sets in, which you can easily repair that with, you know, any other issues with Roost, Rest, such as that. I'm sorry, the birds are really throwing me off in the background. And definitely a good powerhouse for our team. It's under the, I think this was in the NU, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it definitely needs to have a higher spot because it is a really good Pokemon. It's just that ability really destroys it. I really don't. Alright, and next up we have Drifblim. Goodyear the Drifblim, again, could not get rid of this guy. Could not choose this guy, and I'm so glad that nobody took it. This guy can be such a annoying little twerp with that minimized baton pass set. With this guy, I can literally just destroy entire teams by switching that baton pass into other Pokemon such as Venusaur, Kyurem, even Hawlucha, Gastrodon, Magneton. Any other of these guys can be, you know, completely unstoppable if I get that minimized baton pass stockpile, where it becomes unstoppable. It's like the perfect way to do it. Now, I am totally against that design and that idea, but sometimes it has to be done that way. And next up, we have Dozer. Last but not least, Dozer the Bastiodon. Now, this one is one of those Pokemon that are going to be definitely hard to get around with, definitely hard to deal with, just for the sole fact is that this guy is slow and he doesn't have very much offense, but that defense is definitely something that we can definitely deal with. Such as a Metal Burst, a Pokemon can definitely hit him and he can turn around and hit right back, and especially with that sturdy ability, there's just no way that you cannot stop this guy. Now, Dozer is one of those Pokemon that I had to have because Rampardos was taken. So, had to go for the next best thing, and that is going to definitely conclude our draft for today. And tune in next time where we will have our draft analysis against our first rival. Alright guys, that's going to do it, and I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.